Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and I'm doing a no buy year. A few videos back I did my take on the latte makeup trend, which is essentially brown makeup, right? We've kind of been doing that for years. As a makeup consumer, I'm generally not seeking out like what the latest trends are. I tend to be influenced by trends just in the fact that new makeup that's coming out tends to follow trends. So if I see something new that's coming and I like it, in that way I kind of keep up with trends, but I'm not out here like actively seeking out the next big trend to try to start doing my makeup like that. I tend to just stick with makeup that I think looks good and that I feel comfortable in, and on occasion like I play around with makeup to like come up with new looks, but on a general day-to-day basis I kind of have my go-to makeup that I do. But in doing my take on the latte makeup, it kind of made me want to look and see what's like trending. So just googling like summer trends for makeup, I believe it was a Cosmo article, like a long list of things, most of which I wasn't really super interested in doing, but one of them, like an all over, they call it a pastel color, but really it's a bright color just in like a muted tone, so I guess in that way it makes it pastel, but doing a all over just pastel color on the eyes. So I'm going to do that today. I pulled a couple palettes that I think will work for it, and then I just want to keep the skin sort of fresh looking, which I guess is also kind of a trend. To me, summer makeup already is meant to be like a fresh look, but in that Cosmo article I believe it called out like fresh skin as a trend, and then also super glowy wet shine cheek. I'm going to start with the eyes, and I pulled a few palettes that I think could work. The first, my Barbie inspired palette that I made, lots of bright colors in here to work with, so I could do this. And then I pulled two Oden's eye palettes, the Alva 2 and the Solmane 2. So that's the Solmane, this is the Alva 2. Both have some pretty bright colors, so I think that I'm gonna go with this today. I kind of want to use that purple, so that's what I'm gonna do. To start, I've had my skincare on for quite a while, soaking in, so my face is feeling like a little bit not as plump as I would like it to. So I'm going to use the Bloom Effects Tulip Dewdrop just to give like a refresher to my skin. So I have that on. Before I go straight in with the eyeshadow, I'm going to put my brow product on. So I'm going to use the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination Gel. My brows are quite pale at the moment. I haven't dyed them in quite a while, and I kind of just like can't be bothered to. Every time I think about doing it, I'm just like, ugh, I can wait a little longer. I always use an eyeshadow primer because my eyelids tend to be quite oily and everything will crease on me. So I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original color. Alright, so on a rougher 01 brush, I'm going to take the shade Dream, which is that purple lavendery purple, and I'm just going to put it all over the lid. Okay, and just because generally when I'm doing my eyeshadow looks, I need to define my outer corner at least a little bit just because I have hooded eyes. So although I think probably stopping here would be the trend, I'm just going to go a little bit further to suit it to my needs. And I'm going to go in with the shade Galaxy, which is that darker purple. I'm going to take just a little bit of that purple and put it on my lower lash line, but only in like the outer portion of it. Alright, I'm good with the eye look stepping there, so I'm just going to throw on some mascara. Right now I'm just using a couple from Maybelline. Onto the base. Just to keep things on the glowy side, I'm going to take some of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the shade 2. This isn't my favorite. I much prefer the Auric Glow Lust, but I have it, so I'm using it. For my base, I chose the Make Beauty Radiant Skin Tint. I have the shade 01, and I'm just gonna blend it with my fingers, keeping it concentrated on the places that I need coverage. Which is kind of just like the center of my face. I've got quite a few breakouts happening, but that's life. Mostly like this thing on my chin is going to be kind of difficult to cover because it's like post blemish healing thing. So because it's just gonna be red, I'm not going to try overly hard to cover it because it's just gonna gunk up and the red is still gonna be showing through. But just to add a little bit of coverage to the places where I need it, I'm going to use some of the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I have the shades G11 and G12, and I'm kind of just going to mix them. G12 is a bit more on the pinky peachy side, which matches my skin tone more. I just kind of go back and forth with my damp sponge, which is that the most hygienic? Probably not. I could probably like scrape off the top layer or something. I don't know. I did see though that Glossier is expanding the shade range of the stretch concealer, and they're coming out with a stretch foundation, which I think is fantastic. I'm actually going to film a video about new makeup releases after this. Like, that's what I'm getting ready for. I will probably, I think, try to edit that one first, just because it's more time sensitive, I guess. So I will link that so you can go hear my full thoughts about new makeup releases. This base works really well. It's very dewy, fresh. I haven't put a ton of makeup on because I wasn't using a full foundation. My skin feels still light. It feels like skin. It just has the dewiness to it. So to keep things on the lighter side, I'm going to go in with the Saie Sun Melt Cream Bronzer in the shade Fair Bronze and on the giant BK 105 brush. I had the light shade of this before, but it was like hella orange on me, so I'm glad that they came out with this new shade. This was one of the things that I purchased when I broke my no-buy, but I really enjoy the formula of this. It's really creamy. Speaking of things that I bought while I broke my no-buy, I got this Summer Friday blush balm stick in the shade Pink Skies. I really enjoy the formula of this. It isn't like opaque. It has a translucency to it, so when I put it on, if I've gone lighter with my other makeup, you can still see my freckles through it, which is kind of just another indicator that I've gone pretty light on my makeup. So I've really been enjoying this. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I'm wanting to add any more like definition to my cheekbones. I might just do a little. I pulled the Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit, and I'll use the sculpting brush by Real Techniques and just do a little. So here is what's gonna add even more glossiness to my skin. The Westman Atelier Stick in Lit. Okay, I'm liking how that looks. I think I'm gonna powder just like my chin and forehead a bit. I'm just gonna use some of the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder with a Wayne Goss 10 brush. Alright, but I really avoided my cheekbones so that the like wet look of it remained. I had pulled the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Glow blush in the shade 51. I might add just a little bit of that with a Wayne Goss 13 brush. Okay, I'm gonna fill in my brows with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Espresso. Okay, just to finish it off on my lips. Up until now, I have just had a little bit of the Westman Atelier Squeaky Lip Balm in the shade Nana on. And I could just do like a clearish gloss. This Maybelline Lifter Gloss is really summery. It's in the shade, Sun. It's like clear with, I don't know that I would say glitter, but there's a bit of shimmer in it. But I think I'm gonna see how this looks first. This is the YSL Volupte Sheer Candy, like the old formula, because I've had this for years. And the number 15, it maybe had a shade name to begin with, but it's not on the packaging. But it's like a raspberry pink, kind of. I love the way that these feel on the lips. If the new formula is anything like these, then I'm sure they deserve all the hype that they're getting, because this feels great on the lips. Alright, here it is, my summer trendy makeup. I've got the bright color pastel on my eyes, and I've got wet cheeks happening. I like how this looks. I think it goes with my top, has like these little colorful bobbly things on them. I feel very summery. Ready for summery. Ready for summery? Jeez Louise, what are words? I really like how this turned out, and I think it's a perfect look for summer. I'll probably be doing my makeup like this quite a bit in the next couple weeks. Great. Thank you for watching. Thanks for liking and commenting, all of you who do. It's always great to see and interact with you. That's all I've got. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!